Let's move to the wild card real quick. You guys tell me if you want to do this. It's just more math on my end, so I don't know that it messes with you guys too much. But if you saw last week's wild card, we drafted SEC win totals, and the guys could pick and go first, and then we ended up, and then you got to pick over under. Do you want to bake confidence into this? So like if your first pick misses, you get more points. Do we not? I mean, that's just more math for me at the end. Or do you not want to do that?
I don't care either way.
Yeah, I'd
straight up. All right. Who went first last week?
That'd be me because I was the SEC. So Tom gets first.
Tom, you've got the win totals in front of you. I will track them. What do you guys want?
I'm going to be a homer. So is it 2 at a time?
No, it's one for you.
We'll snake it. Then when we get down to the last 4, we'll go back singles so that nobody's left with 2.
I'm going to show some love for my boys. Over 10.5 for the Penn State Nittany Lions. I think they can beat Oregon, getting that as a home game. I think that point in the season, Oregon will still be dangerous, but I think what Penn State can put on the field should be able to beat them. That Ohio State game is still a toss-up for me. November 1st at Ohio State. Don't love that.
I'm easily going to take this one because I think it's one of the best bets in college football. Give me the over 7.5 on Washington. I love Damon Williams. I think Jonah Coleman is one of the best running backs in college football. I think Denzel Boston's going to have a breakout year. Their schedule is extremely manageable. The only game that you really think is going to be a trip up is probably at Michigan, but you get Ohio State at home. You get Illinois at home. You get Oregon at home. You could easily get to the 7.5 marker. And then I'm going to take, it feels wrong, but I don't like them overall. I think Wisconsin's in for a down year. I'm going to take the under on Wisconsin at 5.5. I think they're more so a 5-7, 4-8 roster. I'm not really sold on Billy Edwards as a starting quarterback. I still have questions when it comes to the run game. I have questions when it comes to the defense. And while I do think that you made a change at offensive coordinator by bringing in Jeff Grimes, is that really the move that Luke Fickell wanted to make? So give me the under on Wisconsin.
Tom, 2.
I am going to take Illinois over 7.5, and I'm going to take Maryland over 4.5. I'm genuinely surprised by that number for Maryland, and maybe it's just me believing in what they could potentially have at quarterback. I've seen Justin Martin enough to the point that I know that he's going into a good system with Mike Locksley and can be that center of the universe type of quarterback. So I like what they can do, and I think their schedule sets up for them to win at least 5 games. And then for Illinois, I'm looking at their schedule right now. I think Indiana's a tough one. Yes, Ohio State's a tough one. And then just about every other game on their schedule is a slam dunk win or at least a 50-50. So I like Illinois to get over 7.5.
I'll take the over on Michigan State. I think Aiden Childs is going to have a good year now with having, your same head coach and Jonathan Smith. I think their defense is going to be a little bit better. And then Def Taxes, I think hitting the over on Minnesota is always going to be good. 6.5 feels really low for even the Golden Gophers. And I get it. They have probably one of the weirdest quarterback rooms right now in college football. But they have Darius Taylor, and Taylor's a really good running back. And I think that he could be one of those difference makers that allows you to put up belt to ass against Buffalo, and then you carry it on over to Northwestern State, and then you bring it on over to against Nebraska, and then you do it against Rutgers, and I think you could hold your own against Ohio State. And it was so funny, like last year, the reason why Penn State made the college football playoff was they were able to hold off against Minnesota. Minnesota's one of those teams that is never, I think, going to be in the race for the college football playoff, but they're going to be one of the biggest spoilers every single season. So 6.5 feels way too low for the Golden Gophers.
Tom, you get 2.
Did I steal one of yours?
You're going to steal one of mine?
Did I steal one of yours? Because I can see your face. Like,
no, well, I'm not going to let you steal on this one. Okay, I'm going to go under Michigan 8.5. The quarterback situation being what it is, and a lot of pieces going off to the NFL, a lot, especially on defense. You really just don't know what you're getting with Michigan this upcoming season. And then I'm going to take Ohio State.
Do it.
Under 10.5.
Oh.
The Texas game at home, truly 50-50. Do they get got by Illinois on the road? I doubt it, but there's still a chance. The Penn State game, that's a 50-50 game. And then at Michigan to end the year, again, no idea what Michigan actually is this season. And Michigan was, I guess, technically bad last season and still beat Ohio State on the road. So if this team were to get it together and Bryce Underwood looks like people think he could be by the end of the year, and you're at home, and you have a chance to maybe play spoiler for some things. Does Julian Sayin struggle? Who knows? But yeah, I'm going to take the under for both Ohio State and Michigan.
Cole, you get 2.
I do get to. Okay, cool. Oregon's going to the playoff this year, but I'm going under. I'm 100% going under. Listen, I like their roster. I do. I like what they were able to bring in on the offensive line with Isaiah World, but I do think that there is a drop-off in Dante Moore from what you had in Dylan Gabriel. I think there is a drop-off with Evan Stewart being your number one versus what you had with Tez Johnson last year. And I love what you bring into Mekhi Hughes at running back, but you look at their schedule. Is it a guaranteed win against Penn State in Happy Valley? Is it a guaranteed win against Indiana? That game at the end of the year against Washington, I think, is going to carry a lot of weight, and you got to be 11-1 to close out the season. So I'm sorry, I just can't buy into it. And then I'm going to take the over on Indiana. I don't think that the Hoosiers were a one-trick pony. I don't think that they were a flash in the pan. I actually think if they upgrade at quarterback from Curtis Rourke with Fernando Mendoza, they still have Elijah Sherrod as their number one wide receiver. I think their defense is still going to be great because of what they were able to retain. I know that they lost some pieces, but they also brought in some good pieces. So I think they're probably in that 8-4, 9-3 range of a program. I'm going to bank on the upside and say that Cignetti is smoking his way to another 9-win season.
Tom, you get 2.
Northwestern under 3.5.
Damn.
They're going to win 2 games this year. And I'm trying to think of what their games are. I just had it up here a second ago because one of them is UL Monroe, which also, like, I was kind of 50-50 on that one. And then against Western Illinois. So they should win those 2 games, but like they open against Tulane, like at Tulane as well. So I'm like, I don't love that for Northwestern. I think they go winless within the Big Ten this year. So I could see them being 2-10. And then give me UCLA over 5.5. Throw some love at Nico Iamaleava and a program that now the expectations are for them to make a bowl game, that he's there. So you're going to have to get over 6 wins.
Cole?
Do I get 2 or 1 of this one?
Let's go. Oh, there's 18 here, so it's not as even. Go 2, and then we'll go 1-1-1 to end it.
Okay. Iowa over 7.5. I think that their offense is going to be better than average. I do. I think their offense is going to be better, and I think that their defense is going to be back to a Kirk Ferentz-led defense. I don't think that they're in that 9-3 range, but they're going to be in that 8-4 range. And then, man, this is where it gets really challenging down to the end. I don't know. Let's just be that asshole because I hate this program. I'll take Purdue minus 2.
Damn it.
Yeah, give me the under on them. I think that Malachi Singleton will probably be a better quarterback for what you want to run with Barry Odom's system, but I still think that they're probably a 2-10 team this year.
Tom, you get 1 here.
Who's left? Help me
Nebraska, Rutgers, USC.
Damn.
I avoided 2 of them for this reason.
I'll take Nebraska over, and it's kind of a shot in the dark. Like I could see them going 8-4. I think Dylan Rayo and Holgerson have a nice season, but there's a lot of 50-50 ball games on the schedule for Nebraska. So kind of a shot in the dark there, but I'll take the over.
Cole,
I'm going to let Tom go ahead and decide how he feels about this program. So I will take the over on Rutgers. I think that there's enough to believe in when it comes to Greg Schiano-led programs where they'll get an upset win. They'll lose a game they probably shouldn't. That's kind of where we are when it comes to a Rutgers-led team. So you have to pick USC, but
USC.
I have to take USC. Let me pull up their schedule real fast. Hold on 1 second. USC is at 7.5.
Enjoy this.
Let's see, Missouri. 2, 3, 4.
They're under. On that line.
I'm taking under. Yeah, I'll take under. Yeah, because just looking at this, you're at Illinois versus Michigan, at Notre Dame, at Nebraska, all right in a row. You are against Iowa and at Oregon. Too many 50-50 games there for me to really like that. Yeah, I'm going to take the under.
All right, we got them locked in. We'll do if you guys want to keep going, we'll do the other 2 next week or in the next 2 weeks. ACC and Big 12.
That's the podcast we do after this podcast. The other 2.
Yeah,
the other 2
on the power 2.
The week 2. All right, TJ Pittenger, Tom Hannafin, Cole Thompson. We appreciate you guys for hanging out. We'll be back next Wednesday. Again, if you watched on Twitter, X, make sure you go subscribe over on YouTube or wherever you find your podcast. We appreciate you guys for hanging out. We will talk to you soon.